Okay, let's do this. I don't want to brag, but I am ecstatic to state that my significant other, who is also a woman, because that's the kind of show this is, has taken my two hellions, I mean, lovely, beautiful, wonderful children, the fuck away from here. Which I'm not complaining about because I think that's stupendous. I'm happy to be here alone. My sanity needs it. I don't know how single moms do anything because I'm alone in the morning for 2 hours and it's exhausting. I might even say excruciatingly painful because I have a 5.5-year-old boy who likes to argue. He would negotiate with a brick wall. And no word of a lie, I've seen him try to argue with a National Geographic magazine for kids. True story. Well, that's not why tigers are striped. And I looked at him and I said, "You're arguing with a book." And he said, "Well, the book's wrong." And that just sums it all up. He's kind of been a very kind, sweet, gentle, nice boy. And if I have to say the words, get dressed, go to the bathroom, wash your hands, put your shoes on, I say those words an infinite amount of times per day. I'm going to wager a guess that I say each one of those sentences probably about 35 times a day. And if I told you that I didn't freak the fuck out 3 days of the week, I'd be lying because I think I freak the fuck out about 4 times a week because just get in the fucking car. Okay? I really just feel like maybe all of us should just get in the fucking car already. Okay, that's cool. Hey, look. We're good. We're good. This isn't the Sanchez crybaby hour, is it? Because I have a lot. Okay, no, let's be cool. It's supposed to be a funny show. It's supposed to be a fun show. It's supposed to be a lot of things, and it's not. It's hardly even a show. But you know what? I just renewed for a year. Cost me $96 American or $92 American. So I'm in. I am in 110%. It's you and me together, baby. Nonstop, except once a month. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right, so funny kid things that have happened. Malcolm has lost 2 teeth. The first one he lost at my mom's house and ripped it out. I think that's not true. That is not true. It ripped out. And I don't know what happened because I was... Did I tell this story? Oh, it's the Grandpa Simpson hour again. Damn it, I don't remember if I told it. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can check. Just hold on a quick sec. Yeah, I can't remember, and I don't want to go back and listen to myself talk very much right now because I did that earlier today. I thought, hey, you know what I haven't listened to in like 3 years is the very first episode of this podcast. Now, I don't know why I did that because it just made me feel really stupid because the first episode of this podcast, which is supposed to be something to like reach out and grab lesbians by the throat and say, hey, listen to me. I'm important. You should listen to my show. It's a terrible show. Okay. That the first is worst is definitely, that's the episode name, is definitely true. It is definitely first and it is definitely the worst, I think. Because I remember that day like it was yesterday. Picture it. Winnipeg. 2013. I remember that day. I remember that time in my life where I'm like, oh, okay, well, the other podcast I did is over and ended in a very awkward, uncomfortable way, and that's cool. So now what? And I thought, I'm going to keep doing this. I says to myself, I'm going to continue to bore the masses with my stupid stories and my bland personality and overt racism. Okay? So I remember thinking, how am I going to do this? Because this may come as a complete shock to those of you that are left, but sitting in a tiny room, talking to yourself into a microphone and trying to be entertaining is so much more difficult than you'd think. Like, I don't give it a lot of thought because I don't have a lot of brain power to spend on it. But that first episode I did, I was so conscious of the fact that I'm alone. And I was so used to doing a podcast with someone else who I'm going to say 9 times out of 10 carried that entire show. I mean, I was there, in the sense that I showed up, but yeah, okay, let's just leave it right there. I think I could have really done a little bit more, but maybe had I not been so incredibly sleep deprived, maybe I could have been more fun, but whatever. That's fine. Oh, and that show is called Return to Sender, and you can go ahead and pick that up right now on iTunes for free because it's coming down in December. I'm not renewing that one. Okay, so you just go ahead and help yourself, and you decide. Was I the problem? Let's not talk about it. I don't want to get hurt feelings. So I remember thinking, how the fuck am I going to do this? Because I have no friends and I have no time. So it's going to be just me, I guess, for the most part. Other than the times I can sucker Sarah into whiling away her very precious few moments of alone time with me. And that did happen here and there. Not often enough. I know you're thinking that and I'm thinking that too. So I'm really glad that, I hate to say I got the hang of this, but it's no longer me whispering things tentatively into a microphone because I'm afraid that someone in my house is going to hear me. And I think I can talk louder. So yeah, anyway, I just hope that's not the first episode people go to. Like what I like to do when I start a show is listen to the most recent and then travel back and think, oh, that's cute. Listen to how dumb they sound. Isn't that funny? So I hope that's what people do. Although this show, how has this one even been? 7 minutes have gone by. I don't know what's going on. And I wasted, I'm going to say about 8 minutes of my alone time because my computer wasn't charged when I wanted to start this. So that took about 8 minutes. Solid, which is awesome. That's very great. Okay, I've got a segment which is the entire reason I am even doing this shit show in the first place. And it's really funny. It made me laugh, but we're going to give that 1 second. I want you to get really excited for it. Because you know what? Anticipation is everything. Right? Am I setting this up? Yeah, it's a mystery. It's a real mystery. So, the Tooth Fairy. That's what I forgot to get back to. And my mom is doing very well. For all of you very at all concerned, I go there every single fucking morning, which is also slowly but surely sucking the life out of me. But you know what? That's okay. I live to serve. I live to serve to live, my friends. Okay? I get up. Here's my routine. We will get back to the Tooth Fairy. Mind your own fucking business. My routine. Because I am nothing if not boring. So, in that same vein, here we go. All right? We get up around 6:15. So that means I have to go to bed around 8:15. Otherwise, I'm going to murder someone. Sometimes I stay up to a little 9:15 action. Sometimes I go a little 9:30, 9:35. But more often than not, I am in my bed at 8:15 or 8:30 if I can at all help it. So then we get up. It's 6 o'clock, 6:15, depending on the day. Now it's breakfast time. Yes, Stella, if she wants breakfast, and she just marches herself right on over to her chair and points to it. Yes, please, is what she's saying. She's a good eater. She's a great eater. She eats things that aren't food. I thought maybe we had jumped over that hurdle, and it turns out, in fact, we had not. She ate a rock and attempted to eat several wood chips that day. That's okay. Everyone's like, oh, to build her immune system. It's like, it's built. It's quite sound, that immune system. She might have the cure to cancer in her belly. Like, what do chickens have? Giblets? Is that what chickens have that kind of store the... I can't remember what the hell it's called. That store the rocks when they... I have to find out. This is going to be a quality program. Hold, please. Okay, my friends, that body part is actually called the gizzard. The gizzard, which I think would be a phenomenal name for a child. Gizzard. Gizzy. I guess that's kind of close to jizzy. Maybe that's not. Okay, well, just whatever. Okay, so I feel like Stella must have a gizzard somewhere. I don't know what the fuck she's doing with these rocks because I kind of, I'm curious. Like, when is it going to come out? Did it come out? I don't know. She's just fucking mixing cement in her stomach. Who the fuck knows? Kids are weird. Kids are really fucking weird. Why did I tell you that story? Sure, there was a reason for it. Don't care. Don't know. Don't remember. Don't have time. Do not have time. I think we were talking about the morning routine. Get Stella breakfast. Malcolm will lounge on the couch until the last possible second, and I repeatedly ask, what do you want for breakfast? What can I get you for breakfast? How about some toast? Do you want some toast? Do you want some cereal? How about some cereal? Would you like cream of wheat? Do you want oatmeal? Blah, 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 blah. I'm not hungry. Okay. All right, well, it's 7:30, and we have to leave here by 8:10. Okay. Now, why is it that kids don't understand the concept of time, but they're always so obsessed with time? I don't know what it is. My niece was like that too. She'd say, how many minutes? And Malcolm's like, oh, we have 100,000 hours until we have to leave. And it's like, no, we don't. We have about, I'm going to say 15 fucking minutes now, you little prick. So could you just go take a shit so I can wipe your fucking ass and we can leave? What do you think? Does that seem... Well, we do have 29 hours, so it's kind of hard to tell how long that's going to take. Righto. Okie doke. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, just get in the fucking bathroom now. Could you just take a big greasy shit and then get your fucking clothes on and then not scream like a stuck pig when I try to put your fucking sunscreen on? Could you do that, do you think? Think that's possible? And Stella, could you stop eating that fucking hair? Is that cool? How did you get in the pantry? How did you get in the fucking pantry? What are you eating? Like, do you see what I mean? This is my fucking life now. I feel like I've become every single sitcom mom that I used to mock mercilessly in my youth. You know, do you remember the sitcom moms? They were just kind of like sad, and they'd just kind of look wistfully into the air, and they felt unappreciated and as though they devoted their entire existence to making everyone around them happy while they are in turn miserable. Do you remember any of those episodes? It might have been late 80s. First, most of us, I'm going to say. Late 80s, maybe they were wearing a kitty cat sweater. I don't know. Scrunchy, maybe. And they had their moment in the sun on the episode where they just felt underappreciated. And then the kids emptied the dishwasher once and everybody had a good laugh. And then she went back to being her vacant robotic self. And that's where I'm at. And that's cool. Overall, I feel like I've discussed this with Sarah. I've expressed myself that I need more alone time and it's important to me. And even if it's only 20 minutes a day, which is kind of a lot to ask, I need that time. And I'm stealing it today. She gave it to me. She took the kids, both of them, and she left. And it's the best thing that I think has ever happened to me, except, funny story. This is going to be very kid-centric. You know what this whole fucking show is? I'm not wheeling and dealing and chasing pussy down. I'm not Shane. God, Shane, the L Word reunion. Holy fuck. I don't know how I feel about that show, but I'm going to be, from what I remember, I didn't really like it. I just kind of watched it because it's all we had at the time. And it's almost like it was made for straight men. It was not for me. It was not for me. There's always the plot line where the long-term lesbian relationship gets broken up because a man has come into the picture and stole one of the women away. Like, just like hard eye roll. Fuck off. So maybe the revamp will be a little bit more realistic, and maybe they'll have women that actually look a little butchy and not like super waifs with like scarecrow hair. Maybe. It's possible, I guess. Anything's really, really possible. Okay, quick story before we get to the segment. They've all been quick stories, haven't they? Oh, I forgot the Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy. So my mom's always got this thing. I'll make this brief because I think I told this story already. My mom's always got this thing about how, leave the kids with me. I'll watch them, blah, blah, blah. She's 73. She's going to be 74. And she's doing really well. She went to the doctor today. He said he doesn't want to see her till middle of October. Her blood work looks really good. Blood sugars look good. They are usually pretty good. Although I can't fucking trust my mom because she's yet another toddler I have to deal with. Like, I'll go there and I want to take her fasting blood sugar. And I get there and I look at her. I'm like, did you eat anything? No, she shakes her head. I said, are you sure? Like, this is how I talk to Malcolm too. Are you sure? Yes. Why aren't you looking at me? I don't know. What do you fucking want me to look at? And I was like, are you sure you didn't eat anything? Yes. I said, you have food on your lips. What did you have? Well, I just had a little bit of bread and some coffee. That's all. Okay, well, fuck. That's not fasting blood sugar, you fucking asshole. Good time. So my mom's always like, leave the kids with me. And I think if I left the kids with my mom, I think Stella would die. I'm pretty sure my mom would have a heart attack and Malcolm would be head to toe cheesy dust, not giving a fuck about anyone around him. So the answer to that is going to be a quick no. All right. No, they can't stay with you. And so I left Malcolm there. I took Max the dog, the very expensive dog, for a walk. And I get a frantic phone call from my mom. I think I was gone 4 or 5 minutes, and she said, "Oh my God, you have to come back. I cannot find you kid." Okay, what do you mean? I don't know. He no be here. Okay, where is he? I cannot go get up. I cannot find him. And I'm like, okay, well, that's great. Then you're the best daycare worker in the world. You're obviously too tired to get up, like to even sit up and look outside. Anyway, what had happened was, turns out that was eating something, and his tooth that was loose on the bottom fell out in his mouth, and he kind of had a little bit of blood on his mouth. And I went back there, and he's like, "Mom, come here." I was like, "What?" And he had his hand balled up in his pant pocket, and I was like, "What do you have in there? What are you holding?" "Oh, nothing. Come over here." And he's super secretive, and he shows me this tooth, and I was like, "That's so cool. My little boy's growing up. Oh, he's growing up." Can you hear my computer fan going? Jesus fucking Christ. Sorry about that. Maybe it'll stop eventually. So that's his first tooth. Second tooth, I called it Mr. Wigglesworth. It was just like, it went from being straight up and down, and then every day it would kind of slowly start to lean to the left. It was at a 45-degree angle at one point, and then it was just like sticking straight out. Like, it went from being vertical to sticking straight out at me. And I was just like, everything in my power not to grab that tooth and just pull the fucker out. It was just hanging on by an absolute thread. Fine, he wouldn't let me do it. And one time I made the mistake. He had a bath, and then he had a little bit of soap left on his face. So I grabbed the corner of the towel and reached towards his mouth with the towel to wipe the corner of his mouth. And the look on his face, he thought I was coming after him to get that tooth, like trying to pull a fast one. And the look of, he was like so betrayed. And then he shrieked and screamed for a good 10 minutes because he thought I was trying to pull his tooth out. Oh God. So he goes to school in the morning with Mr. Wigglesworth. I come and get him at the end of the day, and I said, "Where's your tooth?" It fell out, and I was like, "Oh, cool, where is it?" "I ate it." Okay, well, you know what? That happens. That's all right. And he's like, "Well, what is a tooth fairy gonna do?" And I said, "Well, I'm not sure, because the first time his first tooth fell out, I'm not sure if I told the story. God damn it, I feel like I might have. Oh well, I'm here alone. And if you're still listening to the show, you must really like me, because I can't see any other reason why you would still be listening. So the first note, we left the tooth fairy. "Please don't take my tooth," Malcolm dictated to me. And he would like, oh God, $1 million, $10 million, $10,000. It was an insane amount of money. Or if you don't have that, no, he wanted 500,000. And if you don't have that, he would just take a 10. So that's his demand. And please leave the tooth. Do not take the tooth. So I was like, oh man, well, what's the tooth fairy going to do? And he said, "I don't know." I'm like, "Should we trick her?" "Yes," he says. "Well, what should we do?" "I don't know. Let's get a Tic Tac." I was like, okay, yeah, we'll get a Tic Tac. We can cut it up and we'll pretend that that's the tooth. So we did just that. We left a little note. "Please you can take this tooth this time, but only this time. Help yourself, blah, blah, blah." And then Sarah wrote a note back saying, that it was a nice, beautiful white tooth, and then on further inspection, it was in fact a Tic Tac, and he thought that was hilarious that she had figured it out. And that's where we're at. Okay, that's where we're at. Okay, I'm going to play this segment now, which is hopefully the only reason you're still here, because it's very funny, and I just don't think you should go. Hang on, here it is.
Hi Sandra, it's Christiny. I am a longtime listener, and after listening to your episode, She's Got the Look, I felt like, okay, now's the time I'm going to send a segment in. And I had some time. I'm driving pretty long distance for work today, and yeah, so I thought, why not? So first things first, so glad Mamma Mia is doing well, and strokes are fucking scary, and my heart went out to you and your family when that was going on. So I'm glad she's doing better and she's recovering, and yeah, so keep us posted on that. Second, let's talk first Facebook happy birthday messages. I felt so special on my birthday when I got a little happy birthday on my wall from Sandra D. Sanchez. I thought, oh my, holy shit, she knows who I am. I felt a little starstruck. Turns out you just do it to everybody, and I'm not special. And next year, don't wish me happy birthday, because I know it's not coming from a special place. No, I was sad in my heart. So thanks for that. And let's talk parenting, because right now I feel like I feel the same way you do. I have 2 small children. My wife and I have been married for 7 years. We've been together for 15. I have a 3-year-old and I have a 9-month-old. And holy shit. Sometimes I sit in my car when I get home from work because they don't know I'm home yet. And I just sit there quietly, scroll through Facebook. Not that I care what's going on in other people's lives, but because it's just some kind of like quiet time I have. Because when I walk through that door, it's going to be like, Mama, I need this. Mama, I gotta go potty. Or she's throwing a fit because she's getting exactly what she wants, but she doesn't want it. I don't know. 3s suck. And then there's the 9-month-old who is like crazy. She's a maniac. She's crawling up the stairs. She's putting shit in her mouth that she finds on the floor that I have never seen before. She is everywhere. And she's whining because of course she's hungry. Kids always hungry. I don't understand it. I love my children so much, but right now I just want to get so far away from them. I'd like to stay in a hotel room for 48 hours, watch TV, what I want to watch on TV, and I want to drink good wine. I want to order room service. I want to take a shower and shave my legs. I want to do all of these things. I just don't want to have to deal with being a parent sometimes, because it's a struggle. Luckily, I get to go to work every day. I could never be a fucking stay-at-home mom. I don't know. If anybody's listening that's a stay-at-home mom, kudos to you, because that shit's not for me. And apparently it's not for my wife either, because she tried it. We recently moved back from California. So we lived in Southern California for 10 years. Life was great. We lived next to the beach. Had this great life. Good food, good weather. We had a great network of family and, no family, just friends that became family. Anyways, then we decided to pop out 2 kids, and we lived in a 900 square foot condo, and kids have a lot of shit. People buy them more shit, and you tell them not to buy them shit. They buy them more and more and more shit, big shit. And we needed something bigger. Our kids needed a yard. We needed family close for free babysitting, things like that. So ultimately we decided to move back to the Midwest, and we live in the middle of nowhere, where there is, I think like 3 restaurants by my parents' house. Oh yeah, and we live with my parents now, so that's cool, because we're waiting on until we close on a house. So on top of dealing with 3-year-olds and 9-month-olds and living in the middle of racist America, we are living with my parents, and that's not fun. My 3-year-old has both of them have broken so much stuff. My mom has so much shit in her house. It's like all these little knickknacks. My dad loves it because he thinks she has so much stuff. So he's like, whatever. Anyways, okay, so we're living with my parents. It blows, and it's just, life is crazy. I drink a lot of wine. All I want to do is come home and watch Netflix. So that's my life. All I want to say is I'm sure it'll get better. It's got to get better. I mean, it has to. I know we're done having kids. My wife told me we're done. I want to be a surrogate at some point, but I'm going to give them away when they come out. So I love being pregnant. My deliveries are pretty easy. I love me some epidural. I know it's whatever. People are two sides of the coin on that, but I like the drugs. And I will give it away to somebody who really wants a baby. And yeah, so that's my goal. Anyways, that's so random. It's going to be okay, Sandra. It's going to be okay. Keep eating some chips. Keep making tomato sauce, pasta sauce. My wife is half Italian, and it's just interesting. The similarities that you folks share. It's uncanny. Anyways, I am almost to my destination, and I have rambled and bitched enough. So I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Tee-hee-hee. The first time I listened to this segment, I usually don't listen to them in advance. I usually just play it as I go, so it's fresh in my mind. But I needed something that day, and this was that something. I was giggling like a schoolgirl, tee-heeing all over the place listening to that segment, and it gave me such joy because it's like, yes, I'm not fucking alone. There's someone out there who just wants to be by themselves as well. I mean, so much so that to fantasize about being alone just to watch TV. Take a hot shower, shave your legs by yourself. These are not giant goals. These are just teeny tiny things that everyone really, really wants. I'm sorry you live in the Midwest, but I sympathize with what that must be like and living with your parents. Yeah, good. Okay. Well, good luck with that. I hope you close in a house real soon. Yeah, I sympathize 100% because I live beyond the wall. I live north of North Dakota. People live here, kind of. So I totally understand. And your wife, that's half Italian, she sounds wonderful. I'm sure she's very well adjusted. She's got an excellent sense of humor. Drop dead gorgeous, because, I mean, come on. Why wouldn't she be? A 3-year-old and a 9-month-old, are you on drugs? Are you on fucking drugs? Okay, just kidding. I wanted to have an 18-month-old and a baby, so I guess I'm fucking stupid too. Not that you're fucking stupid. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that. Please keep submitting, because this is a sinking ship, and I really need you. Okay, God bless. It will be okay. I know it will be okay. It'll ultimately be okay, and every day is getting a little bit more okay. And eventually I'll just die. I mean, at some point, right? We'll all die eventually. Something to look forward to, right? Okay, cool. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, well, one last quick story. We have in my house what is called a code brown, and let me explain. Every child who exists in this world has shit in a bathtub. That's just my own personal theory. You may say your kid has never shit in a bathtub. I say you're lying. So I'm giving Stella a bath. Thank God she was in there by herself. And she gets that far off look in her eye. I don't know if you're not a parent what that would look like. I feel like it's kind of like partially like someone answering the Daily Double on Jeopardy. And I also feel like perhaps it could look like, say, like a sailor who's been out at sea for a very long time and spots land. Or in another nautical theme, how about the guy on the Titanic who spots the iceberg? You know, right before he figures out that, holy shit, it is in fact an iceberg, that kind of look on their face. So she's getting that look on her face, and I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me. And I was like, are you shitting? And she just looks at me, and a little, just kinda. And I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking shitting right now? Are you fucking shitting? So I'm like, I completely 100% panic. I grab all the toys out of the bathtub, and I look behind her at her bum, and this shit has somehow defied gravity because she like shit up her back. Like it went out of her asshole and up towards her bum crack, and it was just sitting there, just defying gravity, just sitting there. And I was like, oh fuck, oh no, oh my God, what do I do? And then I just start yelling, Code Brown, Code Brown. And Sarah's like, what? Code Brown! Now, mind you, okay, had I had my shit together, what I should have done is grab an entire mound of toilet paper and tried to scoop that shit up and prevented this entire thing from happening. No, panicked. I panicked. The shit eventually fell. It hit the water, and then she started stepping on it, and I just started screaming. I picked her up, and I picked her up, and I just started running around the house like I didn't know where to go. I was upstairs, and I'm just like running in the hallway. I'm running into her bedroom, running back into the hallway. What do? I don't know. I've got her. She's not in the poop anymore. I think she stepped on the poop. She might have stepped on the poop. She did in fact step on the poop. And then Sarah comes upstairs. She's like, "Why are you running around with her and she has shit on her ass?" And I was like, "That's a good question." She's like, "There's shit on the carpet. Did you know that?" No, I didn't. I thought all of the shit had remained in the tub. No, there's a tiny bit of a nugget in the carpet, and the carpet's brown. So, okay, look, I didn't win Mother of the Year on that one. All right, the adrenaline started pumping. When shit's involved, I get freaked out. I just didn't know what to do. So that's how I handled that situation. Okay, so change of address 69@gmail.com if you're into that kind of thing. You want to send a segment. You want to tell me how much I suck and you hate the show and you don't know why you're listening, but you can't stop. You're hate listening. You hate me. You don't think I'm funny. You think I'm racist. But for some reason, you can't stop. And I respect that. Okay, iTunes reviews, leave one. Preferably 5-star. Even if you don't like the show, just leave a 5-star. Teach me a lesson. You know what I mean? Kill him with kindness, I always say. Or someone says that. I don't know. What else? You can Sandra D. Sanchez, Facebook, Twitter. You can join the Change of Address fan page if you want. You can donate. Okay, we won't. I just won't even do that. Let's see. The Return to Sender podcast. You can find that on iTunes. Give that a listen. My past glory days. Okay, gotta go. All right, that's it. My kids are gonna be back soon. I was supposed to take a shower and clean the kitchen, and I've done neither of those things because I spent the last 40 minutes trying to make this shitty shitcast. Shitcast. All right, look, find me. Let's be friends. I really want to develop a personal relationship with you. A close, personal relationship. Hang on a second. Okay? I've got a little bit more time. I cleaned my kitchen. I put Stella to bed. She's fucking relentless, but that's cool. I love that about her. She's got a real can-do attitude. Do you know what I mean? I like that about her. So, I've got a couple more minutes to talk about dumb things that nobody is at all interested in. So I took that opportunity to come down here to my studio, also known as the closet in the basement, to talk to you about said things. Now, we started the adoption with Stella many moons ago. I'm going to say approximately 11 months ago. And it's the exact same lawyer we used with Malcolm so that we can be legit across the board. Now, I know those nice young ladies from the Baby Mamas podcast, which you should listen to because it's very entertaining. Also, a couple of lesbians trying to get pregnant. They're trying for baby number 2, and it's enthralling. I've got to tell you, it's something else. So go listen to them. They don't need to adopt, but I feel like maybe because they're in a different province. But Sarah and I agree that adoption is important for us because when things break bad between us, which inevitably they will, because people can only ever seem to stand me for small periods. Small Doses Sanchez is my nickname, which is funny because that's not my real name. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at my own jokes. I'm really tired. So it's important to us that, if we ever travel internationally, like say one of us wants to go to Mexico without the other, but somehow take the 2 kids or something, or in case of divorce or death, there's no contesting because we're the legal guardian. So this lawyer we had last time, it's almost as though she's a completely different person this time around. Maybe she's busier. I don't know. It's like she's taken a stupid pill somewhere along the way, which is disappointing, but that's okay. So she forgot to mention that we needed our criminal record checks and our child abuse registry checks, and that's for Sarah as well, even though she's the bio mom. So I don't get it, but I tell you, I loved having to use up a personal day to go and do that dumb shit. And I loved having to use another personal day to go and pick up that dumb shit so I could be there within the hours that they were open. It was awesome because she could have had us do that had she remembered that we had to do that the days that we filled out the paperwork way back, I'm going to say in August. But that's okay. That's fine. Yeah. So it took a year, but finally, I legally own 2 children. What? Oh, trust me, they're possessions. Yeah. I paid for them. They are mine now. Okay? I'm going to be Livia Soprano all over the fucking place. I'm already practicing. I'm down with guilt. I've learned from the fucking best, and those 2 children are mine. And I'm very happy and very proud to say that. We are legally a family of 4. And if you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. How about them apples? Okay, that's the last thing I really want to tell you guys, which is kind of exciting and fun. So, okay, I have a little segment here that Malcolm and I recorded about the Tooth Fairy, and it was so long ago that I don't even remember what it's about. And maybe in order for me to remember what stories I've told you and what stories I haven't, I should do this show more than once every 6 weeks. And I know that's something I need to do. And if I can be the one to put Stella to bed, who goes to bed like a half hour earlier, maybe I can stay awake just long enough to bore the ever-living shit out of you people. Okay? All right, so did I do all my stuff again? I can't remember. Well, when I was 23 years old, I had a great memory. I'm staring down the barrel at 38 years old. And you know what? There'll come a time when hopefully I'm 43 and I look back and I think, man, I'd love to be 38 again. Okay, let me play this clip from the Tooth Fairy and then I'm going to let you go. Get on with your lives. I really want to say, oh, one more thing. Christiny? Shit. Christiny. Fuck. Hang on, I got to go check that. Ha, Christiny. Stupid. Ha. Not Christiny. Who would name their kid Christiny? Even though that's what it looked. None of my business. You know what? I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you so much for your segment. I was so down in the dumps when you sent that. I thought, this is awesome. Solidarity, man. I really appreciate that so much. And as far as the Facebook happy birthday greetings go, you felt starstruck? You need to get out more. I'm just a fatty sitting in a basement, wishing I wasn't here, sharing that terrible sentiment with innocent bystanders. Well, you're not all that innocent. You chose to hit subscribe. So, joke's on you. Boo-hoo. Okay, so I'm sorry. I don't really like... I haven't stopped wishing people happy birthday on Facebook. It's out of habit now. More of obligation than want. So what I've decided I'm going to do is keep doing it. And you have to guess if I really mean it or I'm just saying it. That's up to you. Are we close? Are we friends? Do I know your last name? These are all excellent questions you need to ask yourself. So when you're looking at my happy birthday, how many exclamation marks do you get? Question mark? Exclamation point. God damn it. Okay, I gotta go. It's a stupid hour. All right, God bless. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Didn't mean that.
All right, so what's new?
Well, not so much.
No. What happened at Nouns yesterday? What happened? I was going for a walk with Max, and everything was fun. And you know what made me laugh?
Until?
You know what made me laugh, though? There was, Nouns always wants you to spend the day there with her. And I was gone for a walk for 5 minutes, and then she called me and said you ran away because she couldn't find you. And she was like, I can't even get off the couch to go look. So that was pretty funny. Okay, so what happened? What happened there?
Well,
But just say it. It's okay.
you do it.
So I came back from the walk, and you were sitting there, and you were holding something really tightly in your hand.
And you thought it was a rock.
I did. A little rock. And what was it?
Yeah, you were really wondering what you thought it was. You thought I was holding on to it so tight.
Yeah, and then you had a big smile on your face, so...
And there was no way. And there's no way I lost my other tooth.
So did you lose your very first tooth?
Yes. But why is there such a big space, though?
I don't know. It just comes out that way sometimes. Your big tooth will come in. So, okay, so you lose your tooth. And then you held it all the way home. And then what happened? You wrote a little note to somebody. Who did you dictate a note to?
The Tooth Fairy?
And what did you say you wanted from the Tooth Fairy?
I said I want, if you have $500,000, please give me that. And if you don't, just give me a 10.
Yeah, and what happened? So you wrote a note and you said, oh, I really want $500,000 for my tooth, which, I mean, you know what? Your tooth is very valuable, right? So,
Yeah.
but you said if you don't have 500,000, I'll take 10. And did you want the tooth fairy to take your tooth?
No.
You want to keep it? What are you going to do with it? Play dice?
No.
You going to eat it?
No, that would be gross.
That would be pretty gross.
The tooth. The tooth fairy on Tooth Titans, he eats all the teeth.
You think the tooth fairy eats the teeth?
No, I think the teeth on the Teen Titans show the tooth fairy not eat the teeth.
Oh, on Teen Titans. So you woke up this morning and you got what?
I got $10.
I guess she didn't have 500,000.
No, probably not.
Well, 10's pretty good for a tooth. That means at the end of the day, you're going to get $200 for all your teeth total. I mean, there might be some inflation that happens in the coming years, but
$200
total, once you lose all your teeth, isn't that awesome? Hey, I have a question for you.
What?
You know when Nan lost her grown-up teeth? Do you think she got the tooth fairy came again
No. Oh,
for her?
I don't think so. Cause once you have your new teeth, they don't grow back. They grow back and you don't lose them again. I don't think.
Well, if you play your cards right, you don't lose them again. All right. Well, congratulations on your tooth fairy visit. I'm really kind of proud that you're growing up, but I also feel like you're growing up kind of fast.
That's true. I'm already like 8 feet tall.
Well, you're easily, yeah. And then I looked it up on the internet, and most kids lose their teeth at 6 or 7, and you're 5.
I'm not 7.
You're not even 5.5 yet.
No, I'm just 5.5. They say you looked it up, and then it says they usually lose their teeth at 7 or
6 or 7.
6 or 7,
Yeah.
but I'm only 5.
You're very advanced.
Lost my tooth already.
I'm so tired. Can you tell that I'm so tired? Is anything else new? Has Stella done anything cute?
Sandra's so tired. I said Sandra because then they would recognize you because they don't call you Mama.
You're so silly. All right, I'm going to bed again. Can you go back to bed for like an hour?
No.
Oh. All right. Is this interview over? Do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No. Bye.
All right.